Oops. Why am I sideways? I shouldn't be sideways. Why am I? Really? Why? It's landscape mode, for Pete's sakes. Good morning. Might have to do this a different way then. Hold on. Trying to fix this. All right. Can we see me? Can we hear me? Apparently my computer wants to be a boob. Yeah. I don't know. It's my laptop was taking off this morning. It wanted to go down the airport runway, so I didn't want to do that. So I'm on my phone. But I put it in landscape mode and it has me sideways. So I was like, so now I guess we're doing it this way. Where is the kids and your pets? They're all at home and I am not, but I will be leaving shortly to go home. Because I got to pick up my son before I actually go to work. You're only here for a minute. That bridge festival is annoying. Well, first off, yesterday, when we were getting ready to go to bed, there's like all sorts of noise in the lobby. And like our room is, when we leave the room, we can see the lobby. And you can hear everybody. And it was driving me crazy. And then somebody checked in yesterday right above us that all they do is pound on the floor. 10 o'clock at night, pound, 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 pound. This morning at like 6 o'clock, pound, 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 pound. I'm like, ugh. It was, hey, Chris. So I was like totally annoyed, like totally annoyed. And then I went down for breakfast and all I got was a couple of sausage patties because first off, it's so busy down there right now, there's no place to sit. Secondly, you know, I wasn't horribly impressed with their breakfasts the other nights or the other mornings, but this time it's even worse. So I just got a couple, and then I went to get coffee and they're all out of the regular. Like every time I pushed down on it, it sputtered. So now I've got like bold coffee. I got the bold. So we'll see how that is. Maybe it'll wake me up more. Yep, I'm at a hotel. So I'm eating sausage for breakfast, and then I'll get a snack for my way home on my drive because 2 pieces of sausage is not going to hold me. But I didn't like, I mean, they had a chance at making waffles, but it was so busy, I probably would still be waiting my turn to make waffles. So I'm like, pfft, I'm just gonna forget that and whatever. I mean, they stopped serving breakfast in 10 minutes and there was no place for me to sit. So I was like, psh. Visiting my husband. My husband's out of town for work. I should have got a knife. And he was gone all week, so since normally he's home on the weekend, but I work all weekend. I just came out and saw him. Spent the last couple nights. I came out here Thursday. I got here Thursday evening, and then I'm leaving shortly after my stream to head home so I can pick up my son, bring him back home, and then I gotta get ready for work. Well, gotta take care of all the animals again before I go to work too. Make sure everybody's fed. Although he'll be there to help me do that. But I'll have to clean out the guinea pig and stuff like that. Yeah, these plastic forks do not cut sausage very well. I should have got a knife. But yeah, so disappointing breakfasts. I'll put my creamer in. See what this bold coffee tastes like. Yeah, I was gonna use my laptop like I usually do, and it's old and it's getting loud, and it pretty much sounded like it was gonna fly right off the table. So I didn't want to have to listen to that, and I didn't want you guys to have to listen to that, so I turned it off, and we're using my phone today. Let's give this bold coffee a try. How is everybody doing this Saturday morning? Yeah, it'll work. Bold coffee will work. Let me open the window a little bit. Oh, Lord. Help if I unlocked the window. There we go. I can't open the window if I don't unlock the window. So how is everybody today? Chat's not moving, so I just want to make sure that... Yeah, okay. It's just that it isn't moving. It's all good. On a brighter note, if I really wanted to take you with me on the road, I could, although I'll lose the Wi-Fi in the hotel and I'd have to pick up a tower, and that's not always doable. I'm just drinking my coffee right out of the stir stick. How is everybody this morning? Eating my breakfast sausage because that's all I could manage to grab. Their eggs are, I don't even know what they were. They were like egg white omelets. Really? I didn't do my makeup or nothing. Oh, boo. So who's all still here? Because the chat just stalled. It stalled out. First thing, I eat my sausage like this since I can't really cut it. Where'd everybody go? I got a text message. Oh, it's from my son. I will have to... I don't know if I can text him while I'm talking to you. Hold on. All right. Am I still here? Am I still here? All right. Just wanted to let him know because he wanted to know when to expect me. I was like, well, I still gotta leave here and it's a 3-hour drive, so. Evie! Hello, how are you? I'm on my phone today because my laptop was really super loud and it sounded like it was gonna take off down the runway. So, I didn't want to listen to it. I didn't want to make anyone else have to listen to it, so I'm on my phone. Eating sausage patties for breakfast because the breakfast sucks downstairs today. They even ran out of regular coffee, so, and there was no place to sit. So I brought this back to my room. Because it's super busy. Because of the Covered Bridge Festival. So, I got super stronger coffee. Bold coffee. How are you doing? Like seriously, if I restart up my laptop, you'll hear it. It's loud. I wish I could be on it, but drinking my hot coffee out of the stir straw. It's less shocking if you burn yourself. Hey, Petsotics, how you doing? I can't even see my face in the camera because the chat is like taking up the whole thing. Huh. But that's okay, at least I could see the chat. Considering I'm doing this from my phone. Yeah, I'm not impressed that the breakfast sucked this morning, that it was so busy I couldn't sit down. They ran out of regular coffee. The whole thing just sucked ass. So when I leave here, I'm getting gas, getting a snack so that I can munch on the way home because I get tired when I'm driving. So it's always good to have something to munch on. Plus, all I had was like 3 sausage patties for breakfast since that's the only thing I could grab that wasn't gross or a long wait for, because technically breakfast is over, but I bet you if I went down there right now, there'd be no place to sit. You're at work, you don't clock in for about an hour. You gotta work early. I work later today, I work at 4, but I'm about 3 hours away, so when I'm done this stream, I'm getting on the road, going home, picking up my son, then going home and pretty much getting ready for work. I guess I could technically not use my stir stick. Choice Hotels in their tiny little cups. Might just take the lid off entirely. I don't really need it. I don't really need it. Oh. So, yes. At least this bold coffee doesn't taste horrible since they were out of regular. He's at work. He is at work. He got up early this morning and, well, he got up about, I think he got up about 6 or 6:30. Got ready for work. I woke up to the pounding on the ceiling. And I heard him go, "What the hell?" But yeah, he has to work, and I'm leaving when I'm done the stream. I'm driving back, but he can't come back until tomorrow. He has to work all through the weekend. But when I leave here, I'm going to get gas, and I'm going to get a snack since I had a sucky breakfast. Go to pick up Ian. He already texted me and said, "When should I expect you?" And I said, "Well, I haven't left just yet, but when I leave, it takes 3 hours to get back into town, and then I'll be going to get him, going to pick him up." So I said I would let him know when I was close. My hair is weird today. And then when I do get home, I gotta clean out the guinea pig, make sure everybody's got food. I know I'll have to clean out the mice too, most likely. But I could do that after work if I need to. But I want to get definitely the guinea pig cleaned out. Everybody should have food. But I just want to double check. My main concerns were the ones that need the hay, like the guinea pig and the rabbit, because they need it 24/7. So I told my daughter, I was like, make sure you feed the cat, feed the dogs, and make sure the rabbit and the guinea pig have hay. Everybody else should have had enough food to last them. And then I'll have to clean them out, so I'll double check them. And I'll have to check in and see if my mama mouse had her babies yet. I don't know. She's showing, but she's not ginormous. So it either is she's not far enough along yet, or she's not going to have very many babies. I don't know. We will see. But I want to double check, make sure that, see if she had any babies. I also want to check in on that Hopper that was kind of breathing a little heavy on Wednesday or on Thursday, so make sure that he's okay. If he's not, he needs to be removed, but there's all my stuff on the bed because I was packing. All of my stuff. I was packing my stuff. I was gonna put my lip gloss on, and I didn't. The mirror on here is kind of shoddy. Let's see. Where? Now I got a little bit of sparkle. It's like a sparkly pink. Sparkly pink. I'm almost out of it though, and it makes me sad. I hope he is too, but the last time one of them was breathing heavy, he didn't make it because it they're especially when they're really young, they're very susceptible to stuff. And it's unavoidable. But you know, the last one that was breathing heavy had passed away. So when I go home, I'm gonna check in on that other one and make sure that hopefully he's okay. But you know, there's only so much you can do for him, because, you know, especially because prey animals hide their illnesses until it's too late. You know, usually once you know something is wrong with a rodent, it's too late to do anything. And you just got to make them comfortable until they pass. So, yeah. I mean, especially rodents, small animals, they're susceptible in a way of their bedding and stuff. You know, if it's not clean and you know, the ammonia smells or whatever, which is why I clean them out so often. But they're also susceptible to air freshener. Like, their air fresheners can bother their nasal passages. Perfumes, like, they're very, very susceptible to stuff like that. So, and it's, you know, especially when we're talking about the little baby mice, if there's something wrong with them, there's nothing that I can do about it. It's just gonna have to happen. But, you know, I'm hoping that when the pinkies are born, I'm gonna post on a Facebook page that I have pinkies for sale for anybody who has snakes that eat live pinkies. See if I can sell any of them. It's going to be sad to me. I want to see them grow up, but I am not going to make any money off of this breeding venture, if I don't sell them. So, and whatever doesn't sell gets to grow up, and then I can say, hey, I've got some fuzzies, or hey, I've got some hoppers, or, you know, whatever. But I'm curious to know how many she's going to have. I saw the cutest picture yesterday of a guinea pig, full-size guinea pig with a baby guinea pig on her back. It was so cute. And the babies, they just look like miniature adults. They've got all their hair. Their eyes and ears are open. They've got teeth. They can do everything that the adults do. They're just tiny. It's the one rodent that's not born naked and unable to see and hear. They're ready to go. So yeah. This bed is comfortable. I had the AC set for like 65 degrees because it gets warm in the room. And I'm the kind of person that likes to be covered up with cushy comforters and stuff. So I'm like, if it's too warm, I can't cover up because then I sweat. And I don't like sweating when I'm sleeping. So the AC was set to 65. And still in the middle of the night, I woke up and I had sweat on the back of my neck. And even my husband was uncovered. And I'm like, you know, when he's uncovered and I'm sweating on the back of my neck, that it's really warm in here. And it was set to 65. So I got up to use the restroom and I came back and I set it even lower and it came on. Got myself under my blanket and like, I'm like, it's like winter in here. And, but I was sweating still. And I don't like sweating when I sleep. That's the one thing about summer I don't like, is that, you know, if it's really hot, even when you're uncovered, if you're sweating, I can't stand sleeping like that. I prefer to be more chilled when I'm sleeping so that I can cover up in a nice thick blanket. They have so many cats at the animal shelter right now. Like, seriously, I thought they had a lot before. They had like 20 some, and then they had some adopted out. I looked yesterday when we were out at dinner, and they have like 30 some animals, or 30 some cats. A lot of them are kittens, and I fell in love with some of them. See ya, average girl, have fun. I enjoyed watching you guys last night. You guys are all a hoot when you're playing together. Have fun. But yeah, they got like 30 cats, and I was like, are you insane? One of them is like, she's only several weeks old, which ends up being a few months, I guess. And she's a calico, and she's like, or tortoiseshell or calico, either or. Super, super cute. The one calico that I did like before isn't there anymore, which, great, she got adopted. I'm happy about that. But they got a lot of kittens, and yeah, I'm gonna look up, see, animal care and control. They got a lot. It amazes me how many cats they have. They do have a few that are older, and in the dogs, they have an 11-year-old dog. It breaks my heart. Let's see. They have 32 cats. 32 cats! They have 11 dogs and 13 other, which would be rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters, which is pretty much what they got. Rabbits, guinea pigs, and hamsters. They got a couple of cute guinea pigs, too. But 32 cats? Like, what happened here? And a lot of them look like they're from the same litter. Like, someone's cat had babies and they gave them all up. Like, I don't understand why you would do that. Let's see, the one that I really liked. There's so many cuties. This one is 10 weeks old, and I just love, she's a spayed female. Look how cute, camera, look how cute she is. 10 weeks old, I want her real bad. There is another one, Mojo, 10 weeks old, so another spayed female. Little bit, the markings are slightly different on her face. So cute, so cute. I would get them both, honestly. They got those two that are 10 weeks old. They actually have 4 that are 10 weeks old. No, 5 that are 10 weeks old. They got a bunch that are 13 weeks old, some that are 15 weeks old, some that are 14 weeks old. Like, where are all these people? What are these people doing with their kittens, man? This is another one. She's 4 months old, and she's gorgeous. Look at that face, you guys. Look at that face. I've always wanted a calico or a tortoiseshell. And every time when I was in the market for a cat, I would go to the animal shelter and they'd never have one. And then, of course, when I'm not in the market for any cats, that's when they're coming out of the woodwork. And I'm like, really? Really? But yeah, so many. Like, look at this little boy is 14 weeks old. Like, I don't understand why they got so many freaking cats right now. Like, everybody's just taking every cat they have to the shelter or something. I don't even know. This one's really cute. She's 2 years old. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the camera. She's 2 years old. Just poor little babies. Poor little babies. Wow, she was 17. Yeah, that's a good life. That's a good life. Two of mine lived to 14. And then they had really expensive illnesses. And you know, if they were younger, it would be more feasible to invest that money so that they can live longer. But at 14 already, we were like, you know what? They've lived a good life. We rescued them. They were both shelter cats. They had a good life. So at that point, we put them down. Oreo was the only one that passed early, which we didn't understand. But she also had a really rough start to her life, being abandoned as a baby, separated from her mother before she was even supposed to be weaned. 9 a.m. checkout. What hotels do 9 a.m. checkouts and I'm not at the Days Inn? But, there could have been something going on with her that we didn't know about. I mean, last year she was at the vet and she had her overall. I mean, they're not going to know of anything underlying and blood tests and without blood tests and things like that, which there was no reason really to do. But I mean, they did the wellness check, they did, all of that and said she was fine. But obviously there was something underlying that caught up with her. But we didn't know about it until the last minute. Probably not. I just happened to look yesterday at the animal shelter and they have 32 cats. 32 cats at the animal shelter, and a lot of them are kittens. And there are a couple of kittens that just tug at my heartstrings. I mean, they all tug at my heartstrings, but there's a couple in particular that I really, really would love to bring home. Yes. Knowing that they lived a good life, and Oreo may have died young, sadly, but from the time that she came home to us when she was 5 weeks old. So we had her for 5 years, and from the time that she came home with us to the end, she had a really good life. She was very snuggly, cuddly. He probably would sign off on a kitten. He loves kittens. He probably would. He was the whole reason why we had Oreo, because originally I brought her home out of a bad situation. And I was going to find her a home. I told him it was going to be temporary. We're looking for a home for her. We're just fostering her until we find a place. And he fell in love with her and they said, let's keep her. So the rest was history. But yeah, and we had to litter box train her and everything. I've never ever before had to litter box train a cat, because we got Shadow when she was 8 weeks old, and the mamas, when they actually have their kittens until they're weaned, they will teach them how to use the litter box. So Shadow knew how to use the litter box. She just needed to know where it was. Oreo had no clue how to use the litter box because she was abandoned when she was 2 weeks old, had no mama to show her, and then she was a barn cat, basically, a barn kitten, because they were out at an Amish farm. An Amish rescued them. But they were outside, so there was no need to use a litter box, They just went wherever. So when we brought her home, we had to teach her how, and it's hard. It's hard. She had some accidents. But eventually she was like, dude, I got this. Well, Amish don't technically have cats as indoor pets. They have them as barn cats. They'll have dogs as pets. Because an Amish family that I worked for a little bit, which is where Oreo was, you know, cats were barn cats, and they had a little dog that was in the house, and that was like their baby. I'm not gonna waste a drop. I wasn't happy. They ran out of regular coffee. Both the coffee urns were empty, so I had to get the bold flavor. It's not bad though. And I got 2 cups because they're small. Put my creamer in here. There we go. And I had a poor breakfast because, one, even if I managed to get a hold of more food, there was no place to sit because it was too busy. But they had a crappy selection, and so I'm just gonna get a snack to eat on the road. Hey Ralph, how are you doing? I watched one of your videos. The last video of yours that I watched was when you were doing that little mallet, that Marvel hammer. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Makes me want to melt some things, but I don't have the capabilities. I was like, ooh, it just popped into my head. Hey, if I had like a plaster cast of like my cat's foot or something, I could make like a metal thing of my cat's foot. The latest video, make a small sword. That's cool. I'll bet you my son would love that. My son would love that. He loves swords for one. But who cares if it's cast or if it's store-bought? Homemade cast, I'm sure he'd still like that. Well, there's a covered bridge festival going on, and apparently it's just made it really big. They've jacked up the prices of the hotel rooms around here. All the hotels around here are booked. It was loud in here last night. Like, I was like, seriously? Because the lobby is like right outside my door, and all I could hear is people laughing and talking and being loud and last night, and it was so annoying. But yes, he does have a few legit swords. Yep, he does. My husband collects swords too. He's got some legit swords, knives as well. But yeah, my son loves those. Of course, when he was younger, he wanted one, so we had to, you know, sign off as a parent. And I think we still have to sign off as a parent because he's a minor. But of course, when he was younger, it's hung on the wall, you don't touch it, kind of a thing. We were like, it's not a toy, it's not a toy. And, you know, now obviously he knows it's not a toy, but he admires it. One year when he wanted one, we got him a toy one. And that just was like awesome to him. But then he wanted a real one, and I was like, well, you can't play with that. You like instant coffee? I've had some instant coffee before. But anyway, yeah, it's really busy around here, so the breakfast is the last few nights I was here, it was just like those stupid little eggs folded over with like cheese sauce in them, like little cheesy omelets that they're not spectacular. I was like, it would be really nice if they had something better for breakfast. Well, now they got like egg white type omelets or whatever, and I'm like, ew, it's even worse. So I just grabbed up some sausage patties and came back to my room because I couldn't sit down anywhere. There's a knife that I got, or it's about like this big or something. Big old knife that I got for my husband on our first anniversary, and he can't find it. And I'm like, ugh, he can't find it. I don't know where. I think it kind of got, it's probably packed away somewhere and all of the stuff since we'd moved a couple of times. I hope, and that it didn't just get lost. It's probably just hidden somewhere in all our stuff. But, and then he's got a stand that's got 3 different sizes of the same style, like the biggest one's on the bottom, and then, you know. You'd beat the crap out of each other with them. We had Nerf swords, then we could beat the crap out of each other. He got these. Ian went to a Comic-Con. Can't remember when it was. And he got these hard foam like guns. Like they're very detailed, but they're foam. Like if you do this hard enough, they'll bend a little. They're just like a hard foam, and they're painted up or, you know, whatever. And he bought those at the Comic-Con, and I was like, you paid that much for foam guns? Like, really? Because between the two, it was over $100. I was like, oh, for foam guns. A machete for the occasional home intruder. We've got the swords, and I've got a baseball bat. You know, beat them to a pulp with the bat. Yeah, wooden shields and swords we had too. I actually had grabbed, and I also have a taser. Like I actually have a little one in my purse right now. But I've got a bigger one as well. And I was looking for that. And Ian's like, you know, you've got swords in your room. And I'm like, yeah. I guess I can like wield a sword. Leave my property now. Laser guns? He doesn't, I don't think he's had any. My nephew does. I don't think my son ever had laser guns. My nephew basically has like a little, almost like a little laser tag set where you wear the vest and, you know, whatever. Medieval home protection, right? That's funny. But yeah, I have actually, it's in here. It's in here. Oh, Lord. I'm coming back. My little taser. I would carry this in my pocket when I was out at night for whatever reason. Like when I was delivering food and stuff too after dark. I would go up to the front door with it in my, you know, to give the food, but I'd have this in my pocket ready to zap them if I needed to. I also have a spike on my keys. I got this spike so that I can stab someone with it if I need to. I mean, it would hurt. I know, headboard's huge. It's a king-size bed. I love it. It's an awesome, comfortable bed. Yep, keychain spike. So, and it's got grooves for your fingers so you can hold it comfortably and you can jam them. So, I mean, because, you know, there's been things said, you know, for women's protection to hold the key, a key in between your fingers so that when you know, hit them, it'll jab. Well, now they got spikes, so you don't have to do that with your... Woo! The chair just sunk. You don't have to do that with your keys because now they have spikes. I'm going to raise this back up. Maybe. The chair totally sunk. Did you see me get lower? What's the dealio? I don't want to sit way down here. Hello? Apparently I'm doomed to sit this low. Hi. Hello. Let's just put this here. Wasn't that fun? Wowza. Scratch at the eyes, yeah. My husband always says, kick them in the nuts, kick them in the nuts. And don't stop just because they fall down. Beat them to a pulp. Stab you with a keychain spike. I usually, if I'm alone and it's late and there's somebody walking, like usually a guy, if there's a man walking in my direction, you know, on the same side of the street, I tend to cross the street just for my own safety because I don't know if he's gonna like hurt me or not. So I'll usually, if I'm alone and he's alone and I'm going this way and he's coming this way, I will cross the street. Right. I don't know how to put the chair back up. It's not going back up. There's like a knob here, but it's not doing nothing. The chair just went whoosh. And then, yeah, I was going to tilt the computer screen so I could tilt the phone, and the phone fell off the stand. So, yeah, it's one of those mornings, apparently. I meant to do all of it. I meant to do it. Just for the laughs. She doesn't really have to worry about the cages. All she has to do is make sure the guinea pig and the rabbit have hay and water, which I made sure everybody had enough water when I left. So I just said, make sure they've got hay, because they got to have their hay, and worry about the dogs. The cat would be fine. Everybody else had enough food and water. She just had to keep up on the dogs and the rabbit and the guinea pig. When I get home, I'm going to clean out the cages. Yeah, she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't go that far. I mean, she'd have to if we were gone for like a real long length of time, she would have to. Or I would have to find someone else. Which is usually like although she did take care of I didn't have the guinea pigs over the summer when I went to Canada, but my husband was here for part of it too. But they had to kind of keep up on the rabbit a little bit. He tended to sweep out the area instead of her, but the year before I had a friend take care of them and she cleaned them out, and I actually brought them to her, so they were at her house and she kept up on them. So if I need to, I always have a place that I can send my animals, but when somebody is home, it helps. She definitely wouldn't touch the rat cage because she's a little afraid of them. She's touched one of the rats. She's never held them. Right? I mean, when I went this past summer, part of it, my husband didn't go because he had to work, and there was part of that where he had to be out of town for work, so she did have to kind of, take over that part of it, but she had agreed to it, so. He gets back tomorrow, so I'm leaving today. And he gets back. Woo! Excuse me. He gets back tomorrow. But I'll be at work all day. Like, all day. Tomorrow's my 11-hour day. So, I had said to him, we were eating dinner last night, and I said, so when do you think you'll be home on Sunday? And he was like, probably around lunchtime. And I'm like, not that it matters, because I won't be there. I will be at work. And then I think, unless she forgets, one of my coworkers, if she's watching, hello, is bringing Bumble a hide. She's got a hide she can let me have for him. Yeah, one of my coworkers has been watching. She watched the other morning, and I was like, you didn't say anything. But she doesn't have an account, so she can't comment. So I was like, that's why it kind of bothers me that YouTube, it seems like if you don't interact, if you don't comment or whatever, you get purged as a subscriber or whatever. Or at least that's what's being said. Leave a genuine comment, blah, da, 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 da. But there are plenty of people out in the world that watch YouTube that don't have accounts at all. And she's one of them. So she can't comment. She was watching one of my live streams and can't comment because she doesn't have an account. So, what do you do at that point? I told her to make an account. I said, you don't have to have a channel. Just make an account. And then you can actually, come in and say, hey. I'm not scared of 11. It is not my favorite. Not my favorite. Don't just be a creeper. Hear that, Carrie? Don't be a creeper. It's all good. Yeah, because I told her something about Bumble, and she's like, I know. I'm like, what do you mean you know? I watched your live stream. Oh. She caught me off guard a little bit. Hi, Abby. How are you doing? How's your babies? How's your animals? Oh, she's got a phone number. But yeah, I was like, it's not hard to create an account. You don't have to have a channel. Just it allows you to make comments on videos if you like them or whatever. Make a comment, and or if you're going into live streams, you can actually say, "Hey, how you doing?" Good. Good. Glad to hear it, Abby. Last year I was in hospital from the 9th of October until the 18th. Hospital was with a huge skin infection. Oh! Yikes. Rabbit hutch. Yeah. Mine was a little dirtier than it should have been, but it wasn't like awful. Like it wasn't like it was totally neglected. It was just, not the way I would have had it. But I was like, as long as she's eating and drinking, I mean, she uses a litter box. So mainly it was like some hay on the floor, some hair, whatever. It wasn't like she was walking around in her own filth. So that was good. I just usually like to sweep up the hay, sweep up the hair, get rid of all of that. All right, Trevor, have a good day. You had to wash the bunny too? Oh my gosh. Yep, when you leave them with somebody that's like strict instructions, this has to get done. I'm probably going to leave in about 15 minutes so I can get home because I have to drive 3 hours. Then I have to take a detour to pick up my son and bring him home and get some things done before I do have to work. So probably end this in about 15. Can't believe it's Saturday already. Like, seriously, I brought Bumble home on Sunday. Has it really been like a week tomorrow? That's crazy. Craziness. It's Sunday there already, yeah, so it's been a week. It has been a week already. I've been looking at new cages because the rats need a cage upgrade. So I've been looking at those. According to my husband, we're just about over the financial hump that we've had. So, the financial hardship hump. And then at that point, we can take care of some things. So, cage upgrade. Vet care for the guinea pig. We're getting rid of our couch. See ya, Abby. Have a good day. Because our couch is ugh. So we need a new one. You really want to get a budgie? Budgies are so sweet. I loved when I had my budgies. I wouldn't mind getting another couple of budgies. I would say definitely if you're gonna get a budgie, if you want a budgie, get two, because it's even more entertaining because they like to have a buddy. I mean, if someone only has one, it's good to have a mirror, so that they can talk to their reflections and not feel lonely. But ideally, get another one so they can snuggle together, so that they can talk to each other, and it's more entertaining in the first place. So, oh, they died at 6? That's sad. My aunt and uncle had one for like 14 years. He lived for about 14 years, and he had a vocabulary, he had a good vocabulary, repeating things that he'd hear in the house. Usually it was phrases that were directed to my cousin, her parents talking to her, and he would repeat them. His name was Georgie. Georgie Porgy. Yeah, and 14 years. Yeah, I'd get two. For sure. One day we'll get a couple, because I know my husband would like to have a bird or a couple of birds. My skin is so dry. Constantly having my hands wet at my job. It's like my skin peeling off of my fingers, and it just sucks. It sucks. Some of this hotel lotion. Let's see. Aww. Found a cockatiel. Let's see. We've got a really cute cockatiel at work. She's all white. Like, there's no yellow on her at all. She's all white. She's so pretty. Hey, Sturgis, welcome back. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? We called it Rocky, had it for about 5 years, had to put it down as... Aw, oh, that's so sad. Hmm. WWE SmackDown yesterday. I don't typically watch wrestling, but I kind of watched more of it when I lived at home because my dad would watch. Don't really watch now. He would wolf whistle. That's cute. Finished my coffee. Maybe I should pack up my laptop and stuff, and then I could still talk to you guys while I'm packing up my crap. Let's see. Leave the room key here. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. I am going to put you down. You're going to look at the ceiling, all right? You're going to look at the ceiling while I pack up. Let's see. Put my loud laptop in my bag. I could probably prop you up somewhere, though. Where can I prop you? I can prop you. I can prop you somewhere. It's a lovely clean ceiling. I don't know where I'm gonna prop you. You're just gonna look at the ceiling. I don't know where to prop you. But this way, I could still talk with you while I'm packing up. And you can probably even walk down with me to the car. But, alrighty. Pack up my diamond painting. This time, I'm leaving a note for my husband like I did last time. And it's funny because last time I wrote, "I love you," on the note and left it on the bed. And he said, he texted me when I was at work and said, "It's a good thing that the do not disturb sign is on the door. Otherwise the maid would think that he was in love with her." And that just cracked me up. So this time I did the same thing, but on the bottom I wrote, "This is not for the maid." This is not for the maid. Excuse me. Oh, I'm not finished. Just wanted to check out the chat. Pack up all my stuff. Actually, I can go in here. Get myself all together. That's my stuff. Oh, I was going to say hi, Jeff, but I already said hi, Jeff. Don't forget my cord for my laptop. I remembered the cord for my laptop this time. I did. All right. I should bring my trash downstairs. Got a bag here. Don't leave the trash for my husband. That's not fair. Alright. Got 3 people here still. 3 people. What was I gonna do? Key. I dropped it on the floor. Alright. Key. I should close the window. Alright. I think I got everything. Just double check the bathroom. So we got Evie in here. Who else have we got? Check the bathroom, make sure that I brought everything. It looks like I don't have, ooh, wait. No, see, I almost forgot something. There we go. Is that everything? Okay. Hello, really close up. That's why you always do a last walkthrough. Okay. There. Here. Water. Okie dokie. I think I've got everything. All right. Well, guys, I think I'll just go ahead, because otherwise I got to hold you up and carry my stuff, and that's just too much going on. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, and I will talk with you guys later. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I won't be doing my live stream tomorrow morning because, well, I'll be at work. So I will be back here Monday. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.